morning.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, morning. So today's topic is manage conflicts and disputes in the property industry. Essentially, managing managing disputes relate to every industry, right? If you've worked in your own business ever before, in any business you will have people who will come and complain. It's just the norm, you know. People love to complain, don't they?
Yeah.
They'll complain about every little thing.
Yeah.
So it's fine if people just complain, but what happens if they take the complaint a step further and they take it to court? And what happens if you end up losing your court? It can actually be a very, very costly exercise. So I think that's Susie. So the whole idea, really, the whole idea that we keep checklists, the whole idea that we have audit trails with real estate, with all the paperwork that we have, is really to try and minimize disputes and minimize the possibility of going to court and having it a very, very expensive exercise, plus destroying your reputation. So it's a very good idea to actually learn to diffuse the skills, learn the skills to diffuse any possible complaint that comes through the door before it escalates. If you can do that, you will actually have a very efficient office. There's going to be office procedures that everybody can follow and adhere to. Supervisor can make staff members accountable for not acting in a particular way. And most importantly, it keeps the costs down. It makes sure that everybody works together. You know how to deal with your clients. Your clients are generally speaking happy, and you don't have to go to tribunal, which is a complete waste of time. I can tell you I've been to a couple of tribunals, and it's painful because you spend the whole day. You'll spend the whole day, and you know, it's interesting sometimes. There's some interesting cases where you hear the points of view of two different people, but ultimately it's up to the magistrate to decide which way it's going to go, if you can't agree to mediate. So with the dispute resolution process, what we have is essentially one checklist, and second of all, there is a process where you acknowledge a complaint. So whenever a complaint comes through the door, you have to always acknowledge the person making the complaint. The next thing will be, once you acknowledge it, you rate the complaint. Is it serious? Is it not so serious? If it's serious and it may lead to that person maybe complain to fair trading, could be an underquoting reform scenario, which could eventuate in $22,000 penalty, right? You want to diffuse that. That's a very serious complaint. So you want to deal with that very, very quickly and effectively, so that person is happy to walk away and you can actually resolve the dispute. So the process is in